Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Issue number 27 of Captain Marvel, Hells to the Yeah. Looks like everybody wants to be with Carol now that she's on the open market, right? I'm saying, I might be there someplace. In fact, that's pretty much me right there. That building right there, that's me, but it's just really far away. And I'm just like, Carol, I love you, girl. At least I'm not one of the people in the speed dating thing. Anyway, let's get talking about who made this comic book. I'll explain the speed dating thing and a whole bunch of things after we talk about who made it. So Kelly Thompson is the writer, David Lopez is the artist, Triona Farrell on colors, and VC's Clayton Cowles doing the letters. Mark Checheco doing the cover art, and two variant covers out there. Enjoy. Okay. Also, I have to be a little bit forthcoming. I'm really more of a Bobby Morse fan. I mean, like, yeah, sorry. All the Carol core and everybody else. Look, I loves me some Carol, I really do. But we'd probably be like good buds. You know what I'm saying? We go on like a friend date. Nah, sorry. I'm more of a Mockingbird. I love you, girl. That's me. That's little old me. So this issue is called Mistakes Were Made, and I don't see any mistakes in this book by anybody for the most part. None, none, none. Carol is she's sleeping a lot because she's upset about all the things that have happened over the past couple of issues. It is what it is. Some people have issues with issues. And Jessica Drew jumps through her window because she's not answering the phone. She warned her. She warned her that something would happen. And this happened, and then Carol's surprised. Look, I'm saying if I had a friend as cool as Jessica Drew who would jump through a window to say, hey, are you okay? I'm saying this is BFFs, right? This is best friends for life, baby. Like that's the material we get. And then she did it again a week later. I'm just like, she's like, sorry, I jumped through your window. I'd be like, girl, we good. Don't even worry about it. I'll clean that up. Don't even worry about it. Plus, she's got, Carol's got her molecular control over a slight bit of, like 1 or 2 inches off of her body. She could just like fix the freaking glass. I mean, come on. And like they actually show several times in the comic book. They finally start showing that she could do the costume change and stuff like that. I loves it. I loves it. When Jessica starts telling Carol that, hey, there are these hybrid cat snake things with acid and sexy wizards in the park. I'm like, you're joking, right? And then I turn the page and I see that they're a real thing. And tell me I am not fully inducted into the Kelly Thompson verse when the only thing I could look at, when the only thing I could think of when I'm staring at this page is, technically that's another first appearance in this comic book. I'm saying. First appearance of these things. By the way, they shoot acid out of the butt. They got names, and there's 9 of them, and all 9 first appearances. I'm saying maybe this won't go anywhere, but it's Kelly Thompson. You really want to take that chance 10 issues later, and all of a sudden you're like, damn it, I knew I should have bought like 6 copies of those. Because, when cover price turns to $20 an issue, it's hard to shake a stick at that. I'm saying. This is just a fantastic book. It's so light, but it's got everything that you're looking for in it. Now, at one point, she goes on a speed dating thing. Now, I was too busy looking at the idea that the place is called narwhals, because I'm just like, really, manatees? That's cool. I like that. The unicorns of the sea, right? And I start reading and they say speed dating, and I'm like, wait, what? And I look back up and like numbers on the table. It's like, oh shoot, that's one of the things. Like, I don't know if that's bucket list. Definitely not bucket list. Like, I'm happily as hell married right now, but I'm saying, like, it's one of those things that I kind of wish I would have participated in when I was younger, just to see what it was all about. Speed dating. It's like, what is it, like a minute or two? Talk to the person at the den. It's like, yeah, this is cool. I saw this one meme that is freaking great. Dude and this chick, they're speed dating, they're sitting there talking, and the guy just looks at him and he's just staring at him, and he's just like, I die, what do you do? She, without batting an eye, she's like, collect all the Dragon Balls, form them, bring the dragon, wish you back. He turns around, he's like, I'm done, this is the one right here. I'm like, this is... Could you imagine if you're speed dating and something like that happened and you find like the perfect woman? I'm saying. Or if you're a chick and you're like, I found the perfect dude. I'm saying. Like, oh man, if memes were real, this is fun. I love the idea of this. Now, this is pretty much Kelly responding to critics of the more nefarious type, in a really great way. If you are offended by any of the people on here, I'm saying you might have to do a self-check. I was just a little bit offended by some of the things I was saying. Not offended, but I took a little bit of issue with it for a moment because I'm just like, well, what's wrong with working out? And I stopped and I thought about it. I was like, no, the way he's doing it is he's telling her that she would look better if she did such and such and such. And it's like, brah, don't be a dick. Not everybody wants to do what you want them to do. Like, come on. So I had to stop and realize. And it's like, at the end of the day, he's also got a man bun. So F this guy. Look, look, I'm saying, this was a really fun book. And it was as silly as it was, as much silliness as was in here, it was very mature and is very smart, which is basically, I don't know, symptomatic of a Kelly Thompson book, right? Even when she's sitting there, like, exposing her critics, all she's doing is making light of it. She's not turning around and saying, you suck and you're an a-hole. There's no lecture in here. It's just fun. Again, this issue is called Mistakes Were Made, but I don't see a single mistake on here. Look, if she's trying to pursue a romantic relationship with Doctor Strange, that might not turn out the way that she wants because he's a player. You know, like, that's all he is. He's a player. That's like trying to date Matt Murdock. You can have a great, wild, romantic relationship with a really good-looking guy who's eventually just going to dump you because that's what he does. Nobody slept with more people than Daredevil. I mean, maybe you can argue Tony Stark, but I don't know. From what we've seen in the comic books, I'm going to have to stick with Daredevil, all right? But either way, whether you put Daredevil or Iron Man at number 1, right? You know that the number 3 has to be, minimum has to be Doctor Strange, if not higher on that list. So at the end of the day, like, this isn't somebody you get into a romantic relationship with, but like, sex is sex, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody trying to put a ring on it on either end of that spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Just, I don't see anything wrong with a little bit of bump and grind. That's a song, by the way. I seem to be doing that a lot this week. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. So I'm cool with that. And they're about to do it a 4th time as this book is. I'm just like, I think I'm going to leave you guys alone. I don't even know how the book ended. I gave them some privacy. Like, they were having a heated moment. I let it go. But I enjoyed the hell out of this book. There's action in here, but it's not action-packed. You know what I'm saying? There's romance in here. You know, like rom-com. You know what I'm saying? It's funny as hell. Again, it's not a com. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's a fun book. And at the end of the day, again, with all the things that I talk about, all the things that I say with a Kelly Thompson book that, oh, you're going to get first appearances. You're going to get first appearances of characters who are actually going to mean something. You're going to get stories that actually have some kind of a greater meaning. And it's Kelly understanding the world and the world as explained by Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Like a good, healthy combination of both. You're going to get great art in these books because Kelly just has this ability. She's like an artist magnet. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she's ever had a bad artist yet. You know what I'm saying? You always get some of the top talents, you know what I'm saying? Just like magnetically, bloop, you know? It's the strangest thing, but I love it. You know what I'm saying? And you can't complain about it, and you certainly can't argue with it. Like, it is what it is. But I think that the most important staple of a Kelly Thompson book is and has always been, and hopefully always shall be, that, what was the thing I was going to say again? I know what I was going to say. The idea that you're going to get a very smart book that you can sit back and you can read, and whatever the main driving theme behind it is, whether it's going to be, this is going to be a mostly action book, this is going to be a mostly, transition book, this is going to be a mostly whatever book, it's going to be something that you sit down and in some way, shape, or form you can relate to it. Hopefully you're not the man bun guy, or God forbid the paid troll guy, right? Like, hopefully you're not one of those guys. But if you can relate to it in some other way, it's because you're a human being. And I don't know what it is, but like, when you talk about a character study, I feel like Kelly just has gone out and interviewed everybody and just has met so many people and just knows so many different personality types, archetypes that she could just put in the book and make them very real people. One of the best things about a Kelly Thompson book is always that pretty much any character that she writes, any character that she creates, any character that she puts together, any one of those characters can wind up becoming their own solo book. And that is just a skill that I have yet to see anyone, modern day, be able to accomplish or replicate or even come close to. You can have all your big names and your favorites for this reason or that reason or another reason, but at the end of the day, nobody, none of them, makes characters the way that Kelly Thompson does. She is absolute masterclass, genius level at character creation. I'm just going to put that out there. Next CEO of Marvel. Let's see it. I'm dead serious when I say that. Man, she knows what she's doing. Guys, this was a fantastic book. I highly recommend grabbing it. Get your Mylar bag and your cardboard backing because I don't care if this book goes into a freaking 25-cent bin someplace. All of these Captain Marvel books are my favorite books. I love them. I'll talk to you later. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.